The quiet flight today is in Peru. We're in Iquitos, an airport I can't remember the name of. And if I could remember how to get air traffic control up, I'd be able to tell you. There we are. I don't know why it's a man. It shouldn't be a man. Whoop. I think I just took a screenshot there when I didn't mean to. There we go. That's me instruments. That's my plane. That's a screenshot. That's back inside. We're going from Iquitos to somewhere. I don't even know where. Up a river, probably. Is that the Amazon? Is that the Amazon River? We're going up the Amazon. Yep, this is where we went to Coventry. And I did have lots of texture packs. I can't remember whether I have a texture pack on this or not. I think I might possibly do. I'm not sure. Anyway, the whole point of this afternoon is just really to see how I am, because I have had just like this horrific migraine episode, really, really bad, that just wouldn't stop. But I'll wait for some more people to turn up before I tell you the full story about that, because then I'll have to repeat it a gazillion times. But they're going to miss the takeoff because I want to take off. I've got it all set up and everything, and dawn is starting to break. But I have put in my vertical speed, and I've put in my desired altitude, and what I'm hoping is that autopilot might do it all for me. But there's no guarantee that it will. So yes, Iquitos in Peru. I can't remember the name of the airfield, but Iquitos is only accessible by air and by boat. You can't get to Iquitos by driving, and as a result it's a bit sort of far out of the way, and there's lots of Amazonian tribes and things. I've been learning things while I've been off sick, because otherwise I'd have gone completely insane. But here I am in call sign G.JFC, meaning Jenny Fried Chicken. And the weather, frankly, which is now real weather because I have active Sky Next, is not looking great, is it? You might find that we can't see things. Hello to the Retu81. Matt says, it's a long time since your last stream. I'm glad you're back. Thank you. Actually, there is something else. I don't know how I sound, but I'm actually in a completely different room. I have a new gen den, which is almost identical to the old gen den. It's just in a totally different place in my flat, because I was getting really sick to the back teeth of being woken up all the time by people slamming their front doors. So I moved all the rooms around, or rather I had somebody else move all the rooms around in my flat. And it'd be really interesting to see how it affects the sound, because technically this room should be a lot more echoey, because I haven't put loads of acoustic treatment up and the floor is wood. But the difference is that the space that I'm in is actually a bit tighter, it's a bit smaller, and I have the option of putting a big screen behind me. The wall also is further behind me, and it's got like a sofa on it, which might absorb some of the sound. I'd be really interesting to see at the end of this how it sounds, and whether it's any different, any better, any worse, whatever. I'm expecting it to be much worse. I'm expecting this to be very echoey indeed. But we'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, speaking of seeing what happens, it's getting a bit lighter in Peru. So let's do it. If I hit the old autopilot with any luck. No, hang on a minute. Turn it off. Just do it myself. I'll do it myself. I'm not going to ask for permission from air traffic control or anything, because I can't be bothered. Not that they probably don't even have air traffic control around here, do they? I mean, it's the middle of the jungle, ultimately. Retu says they're tearing down the outer walls on the building next door. Oh, I'm so sorry. They always start at 7 a.m. I'm so sorry, I've been there. I've been next to a building site. But funnily enough, I can cope with a building site far more than I can cope with people noise, like footsteps and slamming doors and stuff like that, and music. It drives me mad. Right, up we go. I can at least take off. Go me. David says, ooh, what game is this? This is Microsoft Flight Simulator X. And we are taking off. Let's go and see if I can get the autopilot on. Hang on. We are taking off from Iquitos in Peru. And I need to make sure that my heading bug is set, which it isn't. Otherwise we're going to be going in completely the wrong direction. There we go. Woohoo! So yeah, we are in the Peruvian rainforest, which is going to tax the frame rate on this. The only flying knowledge that I need is how to take off. Matt Not Food says that the slight reverb makes it sound like epic movie narration. Does it really? Chin Poco Hejed, I can't remember how to pronounce your name, says, I'm at work so I can't watch the stream but I'll watch later. Oh, thank you. I should warn you though, it's only going to be like an hour or so maybe. I'm not even sure because, yeah, I don't feel particularly terrific even now. There's a nice windy rivery thing over there. We can't go too high because there's a load of clouds, which sucks. David says, I tried the Google Maps flight simulator. There's a Google Maps flight simulator? Really? Right, I don't think I have got texture packs on this. I think I've got sort of there might be some sort of landscapey type thing. There's a landscapey type thing. Oh, I've remembered how to switch seats anyway, so look, we've got a better view now. How do you land the plane? Normally in a field. My way of landing is just to come down in a field. It's not complicated. It's complicated in like sorry, get that off the screen. It's complicated in like a 747 or something like that. Somebody has to kind of talk you through that. But in this, you just point the joystick down and pray. Oh, it's Timo Warner. He says, I'm just popping in because I'm sick. Oh no, not you as well. Oh, well, get well soon, Timo. Timo buys me food and funds this channel. So we all have to say get well soon to Timo. That's not good. I hope you are not too sick. Ooh, there's the things. Really, to be honest, I'm streaming because it's bank holiday. I normally stream on a bank holiday. I wanted to test the audio and I just wanted to see how I was, really. That's the only reason I'm here. Also, I didn't want YouTube to think that I am not doing this anymore, because that would be a lie. That's an interesting shaped bay there. Hello to Ligomatic. He says, where are we? We're in Peru. That, I think, is Iquitos. I'll tell you all about Iquitos. You can't access it by road. Fascinating facts. You have to fly in and out. And there are lots of Amazonian tribes and people around here. So there. Let me look out my window. There we go. Lots of water. So this is not going to be very exciting at all. It's going to be this, really. One thing I've got to be careful of is that I think we're heading up into clouds. So I might set this to maybe, if I put it on 3,000, whoop, don't do that, Jenny, we'll be coming down very quickly. If I put that onto 3,000, that will keep us below the clouds and we'll be able to see the river. And say hello to Iquitos. If that is indeed Iquitos, because it might not be. It looks like it's got a football pitch. I think, if I remember rightly, I haven't got any haven't got any scenery at all. Okay, that's how low the clouds are. I haven't got any South American exciting scenery. But I think I have got... to help if we could see anything at all. I think what I have got is like the kind of land vector thing. The land vector thing. So the Amazon River and stuff like that should actually be right. But at the moment, it doesn't make any difference. There we go. Oh dear. Retu says, it's time to switch to IFR. I follow rivers. Yes. Oh, there we go. Oh, somebody called Ikwan, I hope that is how you pronounce your name, says hello from Malaysia. That's exotic. Hello. I don't think we've had anybody in from Malaysia before. That's exciting. Welcome from one exotic place to the other. This is just a test really to see what the audio sounds like. And to make sure that YouTube doesn't think that I have expired. That might be Iquitos, unless Iquitos is on both sides of the river. On Twitch it says that I'm playing Cooking Academy. Well, that would be complete lies. Let's sort that out. It's just going to go quiet for a moment while I sort that out. That's just completely wrong in every respect. Why it thinks that. Probably because I haven't changed it from last time. That would be the honest thing. Hello ZX Specky, how are you? I'm just, forgive me, there's no audio because I'm just logging into oh god, that's the audio from Twitch. From some, I can hear Wii music. Who's playing the Wii music?
I'm not sure if I should take it out of the box or not.
That's really weird because I set my Wii up, right? I set the Wii up only the other day in my new games room. I have a new games room. We'll talk about that in a minute when I've finished doing this. No, don't do that. Oh, I've got to enter a code. Goodness sake. Enter a code. Blimming two-factor authentication, eh? At least this is reminding me what I need to do when I'm back properly. This had better work, because if it doesn't, I'm in trouble. All this because I forgot to change what the game was. Stop making me watch other people. Please don't make me watch other people. Right, where do I change? Oh, there. Right, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Flight Simulator X. Update information. There we go. Little green tick. Hopefully that's right now. If it isn't, then oh well. You know what game I'm playing, because it sure as hell isn't Cooking Academy, unless I'm doing something quite extraordinary in the back of my plane. I can't count that out. There we go. There we go. Lovely. There we go. Matt says the audio sounds really good on my big TV. Excellent. I hope you're all watching on a big TV. What was I going to say then? Is all well? Well, yes and no. I'll talk about it now because there's more of you around, although some people have walked out. What happened? Yeah, I had a really huge migraine episode. For anybody who is thinking, oh, she had a headache, my migraine episodes are a little bit worse than that. I look like I've had a stroke, and the side effects are like I've had a stroke. And effectively, I have to live with what happens afterwards. And normally it goes away quite quickly, but this time it didn't go away at all. And I ended up in A&E for 26 hours because it was so busy that they, I think, didn't want to send me away in the end. And the upshot was I ended up with this twitch in my face. I ended up with twitch in my face. Have we just been on Twitch? That's hilarious. I ended up with this twitch in my face that I couldn't get rid of, so they put me on some diazepam. That was fun. My god, diazepam's overrated, isn't it? I thought I'd feel brilliant, and I didn't. But yeah, they put me on some drugs to get rid of the twitch. And then But it didn't stop the rest of it, like weird feeling down my left side and this sort of thing, and also my eye. ZX Becke's just mentioned eye migraines. It's just weird feeling around my eye, and like my eyelid kept closing, and I had like a feeling of like grit in my eye. It was just horrible, just generally horrible. It was a lot weirder than that, but nothing that I'm not used to. They just wouldn't go away, and they eventually have put me on something that widens my blood vessels, and it does seem to have kind of released things quite a lot, and it's not great. It's a bit choppy, isn't it, the weather? Sorry, I'm getting sickness. You'll know how I felt in the first 2.5 weeks. But yeah, they've put me on these drugs that at least make me functional, because the problem is I just haven't been functional. And so I'm testing this just to see how I am, because I'm back at work tomorrow, so I'm just testing to see how things are and how the new room is. So while I was off, I had a chap come round and he moved all of my furniture. So what was my big living room is now my computer room and my bedroom, sort of split up by a screen and some shelving. And it means that the audio will all change. Having taken all that time to get all my audio right, it will now all be wrong again, because this room is much more echoey. And there are various other issues, I'm sure. So we'll just have to see how this goes. But my other room, that used to be my computer room, is now like a dedicated games room where all my consoles, don't get excited, they're not wired up to be streamed or anything, but all my consoles and stuff are set up in there. But all my consoles are like 10 years old, no, more than 10 years old. I have a Wii in there, so to speak, which is why that Wii music coming up just made me go, whoa, what's that about? Because that's what I've been hearing for the last couple of days while I've been trying it out. And an Xbox 360, and I still have my original GameCube. And there's like a DVD player in there, but there's no TV connection, so I can only really watch DVDs. I've had to buy, finally, after 10 years, longer than 10 years, 12 years, I've had to buy the wireless adapter for the Xbox 360, which I always said no to, because it was like 70-80 quid, which I thought at the time was blatantly a rip-off. But I've bought it because they're about 10 quid now. So I should be able to stream TV in there, at least things like iPlayer and whatever else is available on Xbox Live. I'm quite excited because I have no idea what's available. It's been that long since I last used it, and we're talking probably years. I have absolutely no idea what I can stream. I'm assuming probably iPlayer, maybe Channel 4 on demand, maybe YouTube, probably. So we'll be able to watch a bit of TV there, which will be good. But I've learnt some lessons from being off that long, you know. It changes you. It changes you being that ill, as I'm sure people who in the chat room who've been ill will tell you. You sort of start to have a new perspective on things. And being off Twitter has been quite nice for a variety of reasons. And just like kind of watching documentaries about things, and I don't know, you just sort of like, you start paying attention to stuff around you, like the weather, and that kind of thing, and feel a bit more connected with everything. So although it's been horrible, and it still is because it hasn't really stopped yet, I don't know, I sort of feel like it hasn't been a complete disaster, and as I say, I've got a much nicer place to live out of it. So I can't really argue. I would have done that anyway, it's just that it was easy to get him round because he could come any day he wanted, so he just came and moved everything for me. I had this idea that I wouldn't be able to move. I've got these huge sofas that I bought with the place because the previous owners didn't want to move them because they're like 7 foot long, huge great things, and I was so worried they wouldn't move out of the door. I was like, you're never going to be able to get that through the door into another room. And he literally he just picked it up and took it out of the room. I was like, right, good, okay, good. I would never have managed that in a million years. So that was good. Anyway. Samuel Newton says, did you know that you can get an adapter for the GameCube to turn games from their original grainy picture to HD? I didn't know that. That's exciting. Kelly Slater's Pro Server in HD. Love that game. Matt Not Food says, I'm streaming through Chromecast. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, that's quite exciting. Live from the Amazon River. If we're still on the Amazon River. I'm assuming we are. I have no idea where I'm actually flying to. If anybody wants to find us somewhere to fly to, you can do if you want. Hello to Phospheratus? Phospheratus. Where are you flying? We're in Peru. Although, frankly, by now, we might be in Ecuador. But we are going along the Amazon River, I believe. If I've got this right. I might not have got it right. There's probably some exciting tribes and things down there. The problem, of course, with going along the Amazon River is really that all that's around it is trees. Well, obviously that's a good thing in real life. That's good because we want trees. We need trees. When you're in a flight simulator, really what we're getting is a lot of turbulence. Look at this. I'm sure that on this map I can change the range. Just got to remember how to. Like I can zoom in and out using one of these. Is it that one? Yes. Is that moving me in? Yeah, I don't want to be moved in, I want to be moved out. There we go. Yeah, we are actually going along what I believe is the Amazon River, which means there is nowhere to land, which means that we'll be landing in the rainforest. That's cool. I don't know, after an hour's flying we might be in some sort of civilization, but that's pretty epic. I like it. I tell you what, I know what I could do. Hang on. I won't know where I'm going if I do this. But never mind being in the JFC plane. There's a way more exciting way of experiencing the rainforest. And it is... there. It's there. Oh, here we go. Right, I've actually got to control this now, though. Check this out. That's more like it. It'll be a bit windier as well, I should warn you. Be very afraid. Now I am in control. Oh, hello to Nicola. I think that's a round of applause. The Retu says that looks like a thunderstorm up ahead. Please don't say that. You'll be able to tell me actually if there's a thunderstorm up ahead because this is real life weather in Peru right now. So if you go on blitzortung.org and have a look at Peru, you'll be able to tell. What do you mean, uh-oh, microlight? This is awesome. The problem being that it has no autopilot. Or if it does, I don't know where it is, meaning that I have to keep my hand on the joystick because otherwise it does this, but at least you'll have a nice view while we're dying. I'm not really going to do that. Phospheratus says, I like to fly at remote places too, like Papua New Guinea. Oh my god, I love Papua New Guinea. I have got Orbex for Papua New Guinea. It's amazing. I think we might have done... Oh my god, there is a thunderstorm. I think... oh god. I think we may have done it. That's quite a big thunderstorm. Oh well, we're heading straight into it. Good. Yeah, I've certainly flown Papua New Guinea myself, and that was just stunning. Just absolutely stunning. It was brilliant. Alaska, I don't think I've done because I haven't got any scenery for it. I have Orbex add-ons for... I've got the free ones, so I think Iceland... Was it Iceland was free? And South America, I think I have the vectors for. And then I have the demos of things like the Pacific Northwest. We've done that on stream because that was amazing. And I actually have England. I have a global vector and I have England, but I wasn't very impressed with it. I thought that there was more scenery on England before I put England on, so I think I might have got that horribly wrong. Also, Manchester Airport, where I was trying to fly out of, is all messed up. You know how it does it in relief, so you end up with the airport like in the ground rather than... Yeah, I don't know what I've done there, but I've got so many add-ons. I also have Tahiti X. That's really cool. Flying over Bora Bora. And I also downloaded stuff like St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Antigua, so I can actually do that entire archipelago right round from Antigua through to... No, it might be Brazil. and that's really cool. I really enjoy doing that if I'm just playing on my own. That's the sort of stuff that I do. And that's just a really nice flight. And if you do it sort of at sunset, rather in the middle of a blinking great thunderstorm, that's pretty fun. Samuel Newton is having terrible problems typing Antigua. Do you want to try again? It's got a U in it. It's actually Antigua. Or I think it might be Antigua. My little microlight is suffering a bit in this weather. There's a thing down there. Is that a road? Or is it a little airstrip? There must be so many little airstrips around here. It's lovely. If you're just here now, hello. This is my first stream back after a month off because I've not been very well. I'm not 100%, but I just wanted to see not only how I am, but how my computer is holding up. Everything seems to be normal. And how the audio is, because I'm in a completely different room. I'm just going to rev it up a bit so that we fly just a little bit quicker. Don't really want to go over there, do we? But we're so going over there. So we're just in for relaxo-vision, really, more than anything. How much you can relax with that racket going on. I'm flying along the Amazon because I've been learning quite a lot about Peru and the Amazon and the tribes and the drugs and the various other things. And the food, oh my god, that is something else I did actually. With me and a friend went to a Venezuelan food stall because, blimey, that's very close. Because I needed to get out of the house. And so that's what we did. And I learnt to make arepas, which is like a Venezuelan cornbread. And they're lovely. No, I did not learn about the spiders. Although the spiders that I did see didn't look too bad. Foster Artist says, have you tried X-Plane? I might have downloaded the demo at some point. But I kind of just committed to one, and the one was Flight Simulator because I picked it up for about £3 in a Steam sale. And I have spent quite a lot of money on the scenery. You wouldn't guess it from round here because this is not the bit of scenery that I bought. But I just thought it would be fun to take off from Iquitos. Doesn't mean that we can't go somewhere else that has got scenery. Iceland. I love flying out of Reykjavik. The rest of Iceland is a little bit dull because it's just ice, literally. But flying out of Reykjavik at night is amazing. We have done that before on stream, I think. I say I've got England, but I'm just not very impressed by it. And where else? Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is amazing. Oh, hello to Yvonne Martel, who says, what happened to the Gameplay Jenny jingle song at the beginning of your videos? It's driving me crazy. It's at the end of my videos. It's always been at the end of my videos and continues to be at the end of my videos. You need to watch to the end. The jingle drives a lot of people crazy, but you don't have to listen to it because you can stop the video just before the end. Which would be bad because then you wouldn't see the names of all the people who fund the channel. Oh, the Amazon River's looking very sunny, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. I've got Orbex Global Base, and I think I've got OpenLC South America, actually. Or bits of it. The problem is that I can't afford loads of stuff for Flight Simulator. Not least because I buy other games. Things like 2 Point Hospital, which I understand is coming out, what, tomorrow? Wednesday? Yeah, it's the freeware mesh I have, actually. I have it. I have all the free things. I don't think there's a single free thing I haven't plundered. I'm sure my ISP must wonder what on earth I'm doing downloading enormous amounts of scenery. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of scenery for America, like the west coast of America, Oregon, Washington, Oregon particularly. I think I've got some bits of Idaho, that sort of thing. 2 people apparently have been singing my jingle in their head in the shower. Really? Have you really? Clearly it was time for me to come back. It's very, very, very windy up here. And that looks very, very, very like a river that I don't want to crash in. Yeah, the live weather is active sky next. So if you put, as I say, Blitzortung, which is like a worldwide lightning radar, if you put that on, you might see some lightning. I did that. That was what I did on my Papua New Guinea flight, actually. I was monitoring the storms by looking at the real life weather. But sometimes it says that there are storms when there's no actual lightning, because obviously this just knows storm. It doesn't know whether there's actually lightning or not. Got to have some nyungs, haven't you? It's actually really nice around here, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this, because I'm not fully focused on it. It's just a big river. But yeah, it's really, really windy. We're going very slowly across here now, because I'm obviously flying at 73 miles per hour rather than whatever knots I was doing in the other plane. But I think you get a better view. Sure, we should do some... If you're new to this stream, sometimes we have sound effects. Right, the river is definitely going that way. Oh boy. Oh, that's not nice. I want to get back into my plane with its windows and roof. Do loop the loops? I don't think you can do loop the loops in this. Maybe when I've got a bit bored of going along the Amazon River. We might try that. We might try that. Lots of people turning up. Hello to you. This is just a nothing stream, really. Well, obviously, other than that massive thunderstorm up ahead. It's a bit of a nothing stream where I'm just flying. What I like about this is that you can find a speed where it just kind of flies itself. And this is not that speed. Just a glider. We're just gliding along. Yvonne Martel says, I love napping to Jenny's videos. It's although Sansa Stark is playing a game in my room. Who's Sansa Stark? Is this some reference to a game that I don't know of when I probably should do? I don't know. But I needed to relax as well. Seem to have caught the sweet spot here. I'm not quite sure where the Amazon River goes from here. And because I don't have that virtual cockpit thing, I can't actually see. I've got some buttons down here. Look. GPS. Ooh. Oh, hello. Let's go over here. There we go. That's back on the Amazon. That's rather cool. GPS map 295. There it is. You can't really miss it, can you, when you're pointing at it? Thank you, Garmin, for that one. And then I have the radio stack. And then we have a map. Whoops. We have a map. I think that you now won't be able to see anything, but I can now see the map. For some reason it doesn't stream the map. And I don't know why. I'm just looking very, very quickly to see if there are any airports or airfields. And between you and me, there are, but they're a long way away. We're actually heading towards Colombia. There's an airfield called Cabayacocha, but it's miles off. We'd have to get in the proper plane to go there. Then air traffic control. There are no airports. Oh, Lima. Should we speak to Lima? There we go. Radar contact 44 miles northeast of Iquitos. Unfortunately, we are now heading into Los Tormos. Knew this was a bad idea. Oh man, I'm getting really, really wet. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm going back to my other aircraft. Sorry. Oh, well, we would do. There we go. Right. You can't see the menu screens. It's so frustrating. It doesn't do that. Right, there we go. Okay. So. Oh, you can hear the rain now. Oh, that's lovely. Can you hear the rain? I can hear the rain. Okay, right, so unfortunately it's all gone wrong. I need to put my headings back to places and stuff. Have I got manual control? Oh, yes I have, right, okay. Let me just get back on a heading here. Why is my heading bug not moving? Oh, there we go. Let's just zoom on the old autopilot. It's about 2.5 earlier, wasn't I? Oh no, well, that'll do. There we go. Ta-da! That's all you really need to. That's all you need to know, chaps. That's all I know. It works for me. Stops me dying. Oh, hello to Jack Fruits. He's posting lots of pictures of planes and helicopters. Meanwhile, Phosphoratus is giving out some advice on Twitch on flight simulators, so if you are interested in the old flight simulation, you might want to pop over there. If you're interested in the Amazon River, getting very wet. Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. I say, there's not really much around here, but there is an airfield in Colombia, or on the edge of Peru, I think. But now I don't think we're going there anymore. Could be wrong. Yeah, we have some. We've had some crazy weather, haven't we? Really crazy weather in Britain. We had this one day where it was like raining really, really, really heavily, and then really sunny, and then really rainy, and then thunderstorm, and then really sunny, and then really rainy. It was actually great. I love stuff like that. I just love weather. Today it's been very unsettled. Yesterday it just chucked it down. Looks like it might be raining now actually, but yeah, I love a good storm. We also had a storm out of nowhere. I didn't really have a chance to grab my camera on it, which is a bit frustrating. But it was very bad. I'm going to put my topography map back on, because that's the other thing you need to know. Am I about to crash into a mountain? But as we're flying along a river basin, I'm going to guess that we are not going to crash into a mountain, which I'm sure some of you will be very, very disappointed about. There we go. Oh, that's a big river. You can see that we are heading out of the radar area, I think, of Lima, meaning that I'll be on my own. So if I come crashing down in the Amazonian rainforest, I have to hope that I'm discovered by a tribe. That's all I can see out my back window at the moment. My computer, you know, is starting to struggle. It's done very, 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 very well, but it is now starting to struggle, and I don't know whether there's another graphics card compatible with my ancient motherboard, or whether I am going to have to actually buy a new computer. If it is the latter, then oh dear, I'm going to need about 500 more Patreon supporters. Maybe not 500. Maybe 300. Sam says he's got to go because his cat is making a really weird meowing noise. Oh dear. That's slightly strange. Let's get back into my seat. Sorry, I'm switching seats. I just enjoy switching seats for all the views. Don't worry if you can't donate. Click some adverts. I'm serious. It makes quite a lot of difference. I can always tell when somebody's been clicking the adverts. I'm just going to interfere on Fosperatus and Matt's conversation here that I have Microsoft Flight Simulator Steam Edition because it was cheap. Because I do everything on the cheap, because I'm just cheap. And you can download so much scenery for it. It's unbelievable. So if you do get that, it won't be like the best flight simulator, but you will be able to download so much stuff from Blue Sky something? Blue Sky Scenery? Blue Sky Scenery. They've done like the whole of America, the whole of the west coast of America. I'm really hoping. In fact, we flew up from California. So I've got California right up to Washington. Just up that coast. It's amazing. It's genuinely stunning. And yeah, it's great. I'm also using OBS to stream. But as I say, this computer is getting a bit long in the tooth. And therefore the frame rate on this and the graphics on this are not as nice as I would like. But Flight Simulator is a bit of a test for it. Right, we are heading into the unknown now. Totally into the unknown. Yikes. The unknown and a storm. Sam says, can you get the whole American map and do the American flight tour? Yeah, we could do, actually. We could do, I mean, we've already done California, but I'd do it again. There was a little island off the coast of California I think I started out from. Because we remember us going across the sea to get to California, and then we went all over those farmers' fields, and I was being taught all about irrigation by a chap I can't remember the name of. It was a pilot who dropped in to tell me all about that kind of stuff. That was good. But yeah, we could carry on going up that coast and into Oregon, Washington. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? And then I've got like the Pacific Northwest in Orbex because it's free. And that looks spectacular. That was the first flight I did, I think, on stream. So that would be amazing. That would be amazing. And you'd be able to tell the difference if you fly close to the border between the scenery and the not scenery, the original scenery. The difference is just absolutely unbelievable. Part of it is disk space, because obviously you need to have a lot of disk space to be able to store all of that scenery. You might have to be a little bit selective, but yeah, that would be good. If you've just joined me, thank you very much indeed, and thank you very much indeed for your patience if you're a regular viewer, because I haven't been able to do any of this, and I'm not going to be able to do much of it today, but I just wanted to try everything out, not least how I sound, because I am in a completely different room, with totally different acoustics, different flooring, different everything. And I just wanted to see how it all sounded. I'm avoiding any game that involves me having to really focus on anything, because I don't want to screw myself up. But I think we're all finding this quite relaxing. I think it's rather lovely, even if it is just rainforest as far as the eye can see. This is the Amazon River. We took off from Iquitos, and I believe that we have just moved out of the radio area for Lima Airport, meaning that if I come down, we're all doomed, unless we're picked up by an Amazonian tribe, in which case we'll probably be more well than we normally are. We are currently flying at an altitude of 2,000 feet. As you can see, there is a storm. I'm using real weather. I don't know whether that storm is actually real, but I'd like to point out there's a bit of blue sky. And there must be a bit of sunlight from somewhere. This is rather lovely. I'm finding the rain sounds very nice. I hope you can hear them properly. Wow. Grim. Grim weather. aeroplane that I'm flying is a Cessna painted out in awesome Jenny colours. Woohoo! I love the way that it's got the skin has got a number already painted onto it, so it looks like I've just scrawled my call sign across there. I also don't know why I'm a bloke, but I am. You can see me lighting up in the lightning there, which is terrifying. Hello to KBK Angus. We took off quite a while ago from Iquitos in Peru, which is a place that cannot be accessed by road. Fascinating fact. We are flying to... Don't know, just flying up the Amazon. Well, actually, we might not be flying up the Amazon if I carry on this heading, because at the moment we're not. Because it bends, like a big bendy thing. There we go. That's pretty awesome. Are we flying until we run out of fuel? No, we're flying until I can land us somewhere, which could be interesting. Actually, what I could do, I've got no idea how to land a seaplane or a waterplane of any description. But there's a first time for everything, chaps. So what I might do is change. It's either that or try and land the microlight in a rainforest. Ah, the sun is shining down even though it's thrashing it down. That's very loud in my headphones. There was an airfield in Colombia. I think it might have been on the edge of Peru. I think there was both. I think there was actually an airport in Colombia and an airfield in Peru, but they were a long way away. I'd have to look on here and see whether there's anything about, but I suspect there isn't, because there tends not to be when you're in the middle of the Amazon. Let's have a look at my controls proper, but I don't think this will zoom out any further. Could be wrong. Oh no, I lied. Oh, completely lied. Right, there's some airspace over there. Whose airspace is that? Oh, hello, there's Iquitos. IQT. We are heading for LET if somebody wants to look that up, but we're not going to make it there. Realistically, I'm going to get bored and tired a long time before that, probably in about 10 minutes if I'm totally honest. We've got ARA, but that's over there. ERP. If you want to check out what these places are, please be my guest. What I could do is cheat. I can pull the plane across the map and we can go there. So if somebody can find out what LET is for me, I believe it's in Colombia. Ooh, there's a sun. Hello, sun. How you doing? It's Alfredo Vasquez Cobo International Airport. How exciting. Is that in Colombia? That's very exciting, because I think that Lima is Peru's only kind of major airport, and Iquitos has to have one because there's nothing else, there's no road. It's in Leticia in Colombia, thank you. Ligomatic. Alfredo Vasquez. That's got a little on it. Vasquez Cobo International Airport. Awesome. Right, we're landing there then. We're landing in Colombia. But if we're going to do that, I'm going to have to pull the plane along the map. Sorry, Phosphorus, I missed your question. Do you play Dead by Daylight? Nope, I do not. There's all sorts of things people want me to play, and unfortunately I don't, because I just don't. But 2 Point Hospital, guys. 2 Point Hospital. I understand that comes out... Is it the 27th today? Does that come out on the 30th? Is that right? Does it come out on the 30th? It's a bit weird. Games don't usually come out on a Tuesday, don't they? Why does this one not come out on a Tuesday? Why does this one come out on whatever day the 30th is? A Thursday. So I'm going to have to get that, aren't I? I mean, everybody's going to be streaming that, so... but I feel... I mean, Theme Hospital, there's a certain affinity between this channel and Theme Hospital. So I am going to have to get it. Plug for my Theme Hospital series if you missed that. I won't tell you what happens, but it's quite exciting. It's theme hospital with newer graphics. Get in. Excellent. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy that then. I was actually going to stream something else before I started streaming that. Well, I was going to play something, do a series of something. I can't remember what it was. But I've been completely knocked out for the last 5 weeks or so that was never going to happen. Steam says Thursday. God, how exciting. If I'm well enough, we're going to have to do a stream on Thursday. Or I might record an episode on Thursday. If not, it might be the weekend. And failing that, it'll just be when I'm well again. But hopefully I'll be able to do at least first 20 minutes or something. Isn't this water lovely? Oh, it's so shiny and lovely, and if it had been a nicer day, it might have been even lovelier. Matt Not Food says, I was in hospital about 10 years ago and I heard Dr. Martin to podiatry. I'm sure the PA lady was a theme hospital fan. GP required in general diagnosis. They should have got me to do the audio for 2 Point Hospital, you know. If it doesn't have an annoying announcer woman, then it needs one, and I should be it. Ligomatic says, I very much enjoyed the raft videos. Thank you. That series is not over yet. It's just that obviously I had to stop in the middle of it. There should be some sort of combination of raft and flight simulator where you can look down and see people on their rafts, frantically trying to get somewhere. It's just rainforest now over there, isn't it? Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that's where we're going to have to go. I said I'd do an hour. I said to myself I'd do an hour, and I think realistically I'm not going to do much more than that. So, what I would suggest is that I get on a heading here, and then we try and land in Colombia. Probably on the wrong runway. Samuel says, Owen Wilson is streaming now. Too many wows. I don't know what that means. Who's Owen Wilson? Is he saying wow a lot? I could say wow more if that would get me more people. Although I don't want more people right now because I'm about to stop, but... Oh, I was going to try a loop-the-loop, wasn't I? Oh, I tell you what I'll do, right, is let me land. I'll land at Colombia, and then I'll take off again and try and do a loop-the-loop. So what I need to do then, and you won't be able to see this because for reasons that escape me, it won't let you see the map, but you're going to have to trust me. I am just pulling my aircraft into Colombia. This should be exciting. I don't know who Owen Wilson is. I'm not down with the kids. I'm not part of the culture. I stream, but I'm not interested in streaming and streamers, especially people who kill innocent people by driving the wrong way down the road in a car that they should never have had at that age. But anyway, I'm not interested in boxing matches between streamers, although seeing Logan Paul knocked out in one punch would have been quite funny. I just don't know. He's a film actor. Owen Wilson is a film actor. Is he? What's he been in? Do I know him? I might know him, and I just don't know that I know him, if you know what I mean. Too many no's. He's the actor with the odd nose. He's the actor with the odd nose? That's not... Maybe narrowed it down for me. Out of Cars. No, I'm afraid that we still haven't found a point of reference. No, not yet. Sorry. Look at this. Look, there's the river ending. Not really ending. See where we are now? I'm in range of some air traffic control. He was across Chan in Shanghai Noon. Oh, hello to U1849KA. He was in Shanghai Noon. No, I don't think we're going to get there realistically. I don't know. As embarrassing as that probably is, I just don't. Okay, right. So, welcome to Colombia. That was quick how we got there, wasn't it? The weather looks a bit better anyway. I probably know his face. I'll look him up later. Oh, he was in... Oh, hello, Chelsea. He was in Night at the Museum. I hated that film. I really hated that film. As in, hated it so much I wrote an article about it at the time. Kind of hated it. So, it's entirely possible I've just blocked him out. I have a funny feeling I should probably already be starting to come down, even though the airport is not quite on my radar yet. Should I see if I can get air traffic control to pick us up? I can remember how to. Not like that. How is that? F1? Ooh, hell. No, it's definitely not F1. Ooh. that was the throttle. Yeah, that's not good. Come down in Colombia, good luck, says Ligomatic. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Is air traffic control? Do you know, I can't remember. How frustrating is that? All these keys do something. What's that? Oh, there it is. Right. So, we want Alfredo... There's Cabaya Cocha, which I think was still in Peru. We want Alfredo Vázquez Covo International Airport, and there's also Tabatinga International. Right. Request landing. Yes.
Vázquez Covo Tower, Cessna Golf Juliet Foxtrot Charlie, 2 miles west to land. Cessna Golf Juliet Foxtrot Charlie, Vázquez Covo Tower, make right traffic, runway 20, altimeter 3005. Entering right, traffic runway 20, Cessna Juliet Foxtrot Charlie.
Right, what we're going to do now is completely ignore pretty much all of those instructions. We're going to spot the runway, and then we're going to go there. I'm going to go there a bit quicker. There's a big patch of land there. I could have landed there. There's a big patch of land here. I don't need no stinking airport. Could have just landed in the middle of the rainforest. Damn it! That was ideal. That was might cancel me. Might cancel me. Colombian touchdown. Right, it's on my radar now. It's exciting. For me, anyway, as I've not done this at all. I haven't just been hiding, I have literally not played a computer game for 5 weeks, basically. I think I might have put SimCity Build It on for a while at one point. Right, runway 20. Gotta find runway 20, as if. It said right pattern entry. I don't care. Then none of this means anything to me whatsoever. Just get somewhere near the airport and pray. We might actually end up landing in whatever town Alberto Thingamajig Airport is in. Alberto Vázquez Covo. Don't know where it is. It's over there. Thank you, Chelsea. Says it's good to see you back. It is good to be back. I'm not quite fully back at the moment. We're just doing this as a bit of an experiment. I'd be interested to know, Chelsea, what you think the audio sounds like on the commentary, because I'm in a completely different room with completely different acoustics. Matt earlier was saying that it sounded like an epic Hollywood voiceover or something. But if it is too echoey, then there are some options involving more tiles and a big screen. Some of you might remember that I bought a big screen and then I never really used it, but I could use it in here. Might test that later, actually. Might land and then we'll test the screen and then I'll try and do the loop and then that'll be it. It's very nice to have you all back as well. YouTube is very strange, you know, when I don't do anything for a while. There's another potential landing spot over there, I'm trying to ignore it. When I don't do anything for a while, I seem to gain subscribers, which is honestly, frankly, very, well, insulting. And I have comments from people I've never seen before. It's almost like it starts recommending videos when I stop making videos. Which is really stupid. But part of the reason I really, really wanted to stream was because I don't want them to think I've given up, and I don't want them to just, I don't know, do whatever YouTube does to channels that aren't really doing very much. Hello, Ratcoat. I'm not quite sure what that picture is. It looks like a dude. Charles says he can't really notice any difference. That's good. That's probably the best I can hope for. To me, it sounds much more echoey, but if it doesn't sound echoey in the mic, then that is a good thing. It won't sound massively echoey in this anyway, because I'm not leaning away from the microphone to try and see the screen. Right, where are we?
Oscar Cobalt Tower, Cessna Golf Juliet Foxtrot Charlie. Is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna Juliet Foxtrot Charlie. Airport is 11 o'clock, 14 miles.
11 o'clock. 11 o'clock? Sort of ridiculous blimming directions is that? Anyway, I'm just going to spot it. Let me come down here, right. And we'll do a bit of zooming. Right, okay. It's actually on a river. There's two. Oh god, there are two. I'm going to land at the wrong one. One of those is the other one beginning with T. To something. And then that one, L-E-T. Oh, I'm in so much trouble here. We're going to land at the wrong airport and get told off by air traffic control. We seem to be coming in kind of the right way. Right, there was like a strip of land, wasn't there? There's the strip of land. Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. I haven't got a hope in hell of landing this. But none of you are going to worry about that, are you? Right, we're cruising at the moment at an altitude of 1,300 feet. I should probably be starting to think about throttling down a little bit. So it's actually, like the other airport is kind of like at the end of that strip of land. This one isn't. This one's sort of halfway. Oh dear Lord. I don't know. It was so much easier in the microlight. Right, okay, so directly in front of me is this strip of land in the middle of the river, and that bit of river that goes whoop. And the airport that I'm heading for seems to be about halfway. I am doomed. We're doomed. This isn't going to happen. See what he says now, eh?
Cobalt Tower, Cessna Golf Juliet Foxtrot Charlie. Is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna Juliet Foxtrot Charlie. Airport is 12 o'clock, 9 miles.
Right, directly in front. Directly in front. I'm terrified. I don't know about anybody else. There. It's there. I think that's the right one anyway. I can't remember what TBT was now. airport. Right, and it probably should put some lights on, you know. Landing lights, taxi lights, navigation lights, strobe lights, heat. Definitely don't need heat. Landing lights. I'll put my landing lights on. Like it makes any difference. Nobody argues with you. There I am. Where are my landing lights? I've got a big red glowy light. That's cool. I like that. Okay, so... Oh, I can see. Can anybody else see red lights here? I can see red lights. Oh man, right, I'm going to take the autopilot off. God help me. We're going to die. Right, the problem is that those lights might well be runway. Is it that I should be aiming for? I don't know. Why are there two airports so close to each other? I mean, that's really confusing, potentially, for somebody who's never flown a plane before. Why would you do that? I can't see another set of runway lights, which is distressing. For some of you, this is all you're here for. It's just to watch this bit. Right, if anybody sees any more runway lights, please can you scream, because I can't see any. I only saw the ones for the other airport. Should I be landing at the other airport? Because if I should, you really need to tell me right now. It must be around here somewhere. You watch. I will have chosen... I mean, this isn't supposed to be an international airport, but I will have chosen the one that's almost impossible to land at when there was a big, fat, far easier airport. Like 2 minutes up the river. Starting to wish I'd just landed at that one now. Wherever that one is. Can anybody see anything vaguely resembling an airfield here? I can't see blooming anything, let alone... I mean, massively at altitude anyway, even if... Oh man, this is not good. How many miles? How many miles, air traffic control? How many miles? He's gonna be like, if you're not familiar with it by now, it's too late. Is it? Is it? Are you, though? You're just lying to me. Oh, there is something. Do you know what? There is something in the trees. You know when he said approached from the right? I haven't. I have not approached from the right. I've very much approached from probably finding the middle of the runway. It's there. I can see it now. Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is going to be good. Be very afraid. I can actually see where I should have gone now, so we're going to get a quick further view of the Amazon, or whatever river that now is. Does the Amazon go into Colombia? There is something in the trees lurking, you're right. Yeah, you can see now where the flight path is, and I am not on it. Let's have a look at the lovely beaches. That's lovely. I'm sure that in real life that's delightful. Okay. This may look counterintuitive, that's because it is. I'm in so much trouble. This is not going to work. The reason I couldn't see the end of the runway is because I was nowhere near the end of the runway. And there's that tempting one. There's that tempting one over there on the right-hand side. All I want to do is land there, but I didn't ask permission to land there. I asked permission to land here, wherever here it is. Can anybody see the blooming place? Is it there? Is it there? I'm going way too fast, I know that much. Also, I can't remember which of these is brakes. I think it might be the trigger key on my joystick. Is it there? How have I ended up landing at Alberto flipping... Yeah, right, this isn't an international airport of any sort. I think I've missed this, you know. I think the international airport is the other place. Oh god, I'm so much trouble now. Might have to... Oh, that's trees. That's tree. Ooh. How did I avoid the trees? How did I do that? That was magic. Where's the... Oh, it's there! It's there! That's okay, I've only got a little plane. I don't need the whole runway, do I? I so needed the whole runway. Why did I not do the approach from the right... Oh, shut your face, I'm not even on the runway. I'm not even on the runway. I forgot to get clearance to land because I was panicking. Fine, I'm going to request taxiing to parking then. Look, I found my brakes. I'll acknowledge your clearance.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Cessna Juliet Foxtrot Charlie.
Turn on progressive taxi. I don't know what progressive taxi is, but it sounds amazing. Okay, so look, we're not dead. The thing is, where do I taxi to? Taxi to parking? There's no parking, there's just forest. Actually, I think I did see some parking. Over there. But it wasn't allowed on the runway. There's some cars, look. Can you see them? Cars driving past. We're not totally in the middle of nowhere. Taxi to parking. I thought I did really well there, given that I had to fly through 2 trees. I must have touched the runway because they complained at me about it. Right, I'm chugging along now to your stupid taxi area. There's a lorry there. Where is the taxi area? I saw it when we were coming in because I thought I was going to have to land on it. Ah! Is it at the end? It's getting impatient now. But there's no storm anyway. That's good. We missed the storm. All I did wrong was I didn't ask permission to land. As if I needed it. I mean, it's not like there's any other air traffic around here, is there? Where's your stupid parking? This looks like the end of the runway to me. I might just create my own parking space. Over here. I'm parking over here. Oh, there we go. Runway 20. That was where she told me to come in on. Because you've only got one runway. This isn't an international airport. It's all lies. I think parking was over there. That's a bit of a problem. I'll get back on the runway at some point. Is that another plane over there? What a friend. Tell you what, I'm motoring now, aren't I? Motoring more in a plane than I did in a MotoGP thing. Just investigate over here. This is not an international airport, or the international part of it is that you fly to Peru, which happens not to be Colombia. There's me expecting some big thing. No wonder I couldn't even see it. I'm coming for you. Look, you see, parking was at the other end because somebody else is parked. Somehow I'm managing to do like 60 kilometres here. That's not what I meant to do at all. Could have at least told me that parking was the other direction. For God's sake. Oh, look at that handbrake turn there. That was wicked. Right, now I really need to stop. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Check me out. I'm almost in the parking space. I think I am in the parking space. Excellent. Right, how do I turn off my engines? Can't remember. There is a way of turning off your engine, but anyway, we're not going to do that. We're going to admire the trees briefly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change aircraft to something that frankly is barely an aircraft. And we're going to try and do a loop-the-loop. For no particularly good reason whatsoever. There we are. Right, good. There we go. There's another plane over there. Bit posher. You'd probably get food on board that one. What's that over there? What's that? Oh, is it fuel? I'm going fuel up. You always get full fuel if you move aircraft anyway. Excellent. Right, I'll bring the zoom back so I can see stuff. And then we'll try and get permission to land off these people. Or I might just go anyway because I'm in a trike and you can't stop me. I might accidentally take off in this. It's quite easy to get it to take off by accident. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. They all lead to the same place, runway 20. Right, stop here. Yeah, and I'll ask permission. I'll ask permission. I don't want to turn on progressive taxi. I'm not even in that blinking thing anymore, am I? Have you not noticed that I'm not even in the same aircraft anymore? Oh, all I can do is turn on progressive taxi. Well, turn it on, because I don't know what it is. But it sounds fun. It sounds like a game. Progressive taxi. It's like crazy taxi, but better. Right. Presumably once I'm on the runway she might start screaming at me. Look, there's a bee parking area as well. There we go, right. Now will she talk to me? No. Fine, I'm going to take off then, and if you whinge at me, I'm not interested. Oh, arrows. Lots and lots and lots of arrows. Up and away! Told you. All I could do was turn off progressive taxi. So whatever. Right, we're never visiting Vasquez Covo ground again, right? It's a total lie. That's not an international airport. Somebody's just cut a strip out of the Amazon. No, I know I wasn't. What do you expect me to do about it? Land again? Get lost. There's a road along here. What are you going to do? Tell your mates so I can't land at their stupid international airports either, hmm? Oh no, oh, stop crying about it. I'm following this road now. I could probably have driven along this road. Don't know where this road goes. Into Colombia, possibly back into Peru, I don't know. Oh, you see, she's got angry now. I'm going to tune Amazonas approach. Amazonas. Amazonas. I just escaped from Vasquez Cobo. There we go. She was nice to me. Right. Anyway, what do we say? Loop loop. Right. Probably going to need some height for that. Some fields or something over there. Some actual civilization. That's quite fun. We'd land there. Right, okay, this is going to be my last action then. We're going to fly over wherever that is. and we're going to see exactly how far we can get through a loop-the-loop, because I can promise you right now it won't be all the way. There's a little town or something. Am I doing it in first person? Of course I am. You want the sickness, don't you? Get your sick bag out. Right, I'm going to need some major speed for this as well, I think. Okay, right. Here we go then. This is about the fastest that this piece of tin goes. I hope you're all ready with your sick bags. I'm pulling back the joystick. Uh-oh. Oh man. That's not much of a loop. That's no loop at— oh no. Oh crap. That's not a loop. Hey, it doesn't crash. That's amazing. It didn't crash. We could go back to Alberto Vazquez crappy airport. I can see your runway landing thing now. No, the furthest it goes is about that far. It's quite windy though, admittedly. It's just stalled, but you can't stall this because it just glides, you see? So the answer to that is no, we can't do a loop-the-loop. Right. Here we go, we're plunging towards the Amazon rainforest, and then we're going to pull up, and we're still not going to get any further because it— oh, hang on, yes we are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I hope all of you put that on Twitch clips or whatever it's called. Screw you, Alberto Vazquez Cobo International Airport. I can do a loop-the-loop. Oh, that's right. That's how you get your own back on me. Oh my god, that's amazing. We're doing it again. We're doing it again. Woo! Oh, if I didn't feel sick before, I bloody do now, you swines. Oh, wow. Excellent. Right, shall I try doing that in a different view? I just need to gain some altitude first. I'm worried about— a number of you seem to know quite a lot about loop-the-loops. Do a loop-the-loop over the Amazon. Do you think the woman in air traffic control will be like, "Air trike, do not do loop-the-loops in my airspace"? Okay. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. Here we go. You see, now you're welcome. Oh man, I've got stuck. Do a barrel roll. Oh, that's making me feel ill. Oh dear. See if I can do it again. Oh, that's the rainforest! Oh no. Oh dear. Right, well that was a fair way to end. Oh, Paputin, you've come just as I'm ending horribly there. I'll never be allowed back at Alberto Vazquez Covo International Airport ever again. But it's okay, because I don't feel like ever going back there ever again, because it's rubbish. Definitely should have landed at the other one, but I got mistaken. I got taken for a ride by the idea that this is an international airport, which it blatantly isn't. It's complete flipping dross. Oh, everything's crashed now as well. This can't deal with my aerobatic manoeuvres. No, it has actually crashed. I'm not quite sure why that is, but anyway. No, it's died. It's really, really, really died. Sorry, guys. But nevertheless, I think crashing and dying is probably roughly appropriate. It says ambient control error. And Microsoft Flight Simulator has stopped working. And the program is dead. But it's fine though. Thank you all very much for joining me. That was fun. We need to do some more of that. Got some screenshots have come up now of me and my little plane and the Amazon River. Should have taken loads of screenshots while I was doing Loop the Loop just to prove it, shouldn't I? But yeah, thank you all very much for joining me. I'm going to have to go now because I don't want to push anything, but it sounds like my audio is at least okay. And yes, I think I'm going to crash and burn myself. So I will see you all when I next see you all, which will hopefully be Thursday. Hospital comes out. Coupon in my inbox for that game. Actually, it said 25% off or something, so I'm going to have to investigate that. If you don't see me on Thursday, because there's every possibility that you won't, then we'll just have to see when the next one is. But let's hope it's sooner rather than later. Maybe I need to visit 2 Point Hospital in order to be well again. But thank you all for joining me, and I will see you when I see you. Enjoy the rest